Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Today, I want to talk about the one element that is mostly responsible for neuropathy symptoms. This one element is absolutely crucial for all health and function in the body. And without it, you're going to have a medical problem, and it can be quite severe. And that one element is oxygen. Oxygen is required by every cell in the human body for normal function and for health. And if you cut off the oxygen supply, you're going to have a very serious problem. The oxygen is carried on the in the blood. It's attached to the hemoglobin and the red blood cells, and wherever that the blood goes, oxygen is soon to follow. So, and if you have a decrease in oxygen, that's technically called hypoxia. It means low blood oxygen. So, you remember when you were a kid and you used to wrap a rubber band around your finger until it turned purple and it started to throb a bit? Why did it hurt so much? It hurt a lot because your brain says to your body, don't do that. That's not a good idea. But as soon as you take the string or the rubber band or whatever's blocking your finger off and the circulation comes back and the oxygen is able to come back to a normal level, the pain goes away and the function comes back. So different parts of your body are more or less tolerant to oxygen deprivation. Skeletal muscle is very, very tolerant. You can do without it for quite a long time, whereas nerve tissue is very, very it's very, very sensitive to oxygen deprivation. So in the brain, if you cut off the oxygen, the blood supply and the oxygen on the carotid vessels to the brain, what's that called? That's called a stroke. If you cut off the blood supply and the oxygen supply to the heart tissue, that's called a heart attack. And if you cut off the blood supply and the oxygen supply to the nerves that go down your legs, what happens is that the nerves start to shrivel up and die. Kind of like what happens when you forget to water a houseplant for about 3 weeks. It starts to shrivel up and die. So this problem is related to poor circulation. It's related to diabetes. It's related to nutrient deficiencies. And the way that we measure this in the office is we check the temperature of the skin. The blood warms the skin. Blood is warmed in your core, and then it gets pumped down to your legs and to your arms. And so it can warm up the skin that way. So we use a special infrared camera to measure the surface temperature of your skin. And on the camera, if it's normal, if you got a good oxygen supply, it shows up as pink. That means that it's doing fine. And then if it's cooler to the touch, then the skin shows up, appears as yellow. That means that it's losing some temperature. It's got a compromised blood supply. If it's even worse than that, then it turns green. If it's even worse than that, then it turns blue. And then if it's even worse than that, then it turns dark blue. And we usually see that with people that are smokers or out of control diabetics, people that don't have a very good blood supply and oxygen supply. And if you touch the person's feet, their feet feel cooled or cooler than the other parts of the body. So when you touch the shin and then you touch the feet and then you touch the toes, the further away from the heart that it goes, the worse the circulation, the more neuropathy symptoms that the person says that they're going to experience. So it's not the only cause of neuropathy. There's other causes such as spinal stenosis or trauma or some kind of a metabolic problem like thyroid disease. But Hypoxia is a leading cause and is almost always overlooked by medical doctors. But this problem can't be corrected by just simply taking gabapentin. That's just going to mask symptoms in the feet, but it doesn't actually affect your circulation. It doesn't affect your oxygen levels, and you have to have both and a normal amount to have normal, healthy function. It's one of the reasons why people have numbness or tingling, burning pain, balance problems, muscle weakness, muscle cramping. All the different signs or symptoms of neuropathy can be traced back to problems delivering oxygen through the blood to the feet. So if you liked this video and you found that it had some good value to it, please do me a favor. Please like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with a friend. It really, really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. And I'm gonna leave a link below to access a free 2-minute peripheral neuropathy health assessment that you can do to find out where you are with your own problems with neuropathy. It's completely free. It takes about 2 minutes to do, and I'll leave the link below. Thank you very much for watching.